No!
No!
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Give all that hard work.
Oh, fuck you.
Yo, look at that. The
You know what?
general's down.
Fuck that.
Damn.
We live, bro. That's what happens.
Down. The general's down.
So I had, for those of you watching, if you're not watching, you're only listening, which is nobody. So you're probably watching. I have made this whole diorama with my B25 figures.
Yes, you did.
Miniatures. And I just, on sitting down from hitting record, I knocked them all down. So there you go. Welcome to Pop Nerdom.
Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody.
We are, how you feeling? You feel good?
I'm feeling good.
Good. Hansi was sick last week.
Yes, I was.
That's why he wasn't here and why we didn't do a show. Though I tried to cheat on him a little bit with my nephew. He said no. My girlfriend, she was saying So you're perfect for me. You're the only one that will sit here and talk nerd shit.
Yes, sir.
I have no choice. This is Pop Nerdom where with Hansi and I sit down and talk about all the nerd shit. So popping right off on the nerd shit, your boy Six.
Your boy Hanz. I don't know why I pointed at your camera.
It's okay. I make sure, I don't know that it can catch you, but I'll try to switch it. I don't think you can see you.
No, not at all.
Popping right off with the nerd shit, right off the bat. There's a couple of things that have happened that have something to do with one another. So let's start with Spider-Man. So Spider-Man, after everybody was talking about, well, Spider-Man's gone, and we're never going to see Spider-Man again in the Marvel Universe, and fuck Marvel, and everybody was angry. Guess what? Everybody's not angry. And you know why? Money.
Yes.
Once you move money around, everybody gets happy. And that's exactly what the whole discussion was.
Mm-hmm. They wanted a bigger cut.
Right, and, Sony
we don't know what cut they're getting or anything like that. We just know they're back on like Donkey Kong.
Right, and so everybody's not happy and everybody's not angry. And that's all they did. They just put themselves in a good situation. So, as we proceed to give you what you need, 9-5.
But I feel like it's very interesting because they only announced him for 2 more movies, so he's gonna have 1 more standalone and then an unnamed appearance that they haven't figured out yet, I guess. And no, just speaking on that part, it's kind of crazy because he's still I guess he's gonna get written out or something because. I thought he was poised to be like the Iron Man of the second phase.
And that's what I kind of thought, but I didn't. I think the ending of that Spider-Man Far From Home really meant, I mentioned this before to you, it really meant that they're going to make him smaller, more intimate storytelling.
Yeah.
It's really about
more
him
neighborhood.
And what he's going to do. Not even more neighborhood, but what he's going to do, given that he got fucked by J. Jonah Jameson. He got fucked by Sinestro. And so I think the idea technically is you're fucked. And how do you deal with this, right? And I think that really that's what's going to happen. They're going to have to let him deal. So I don't know that he was being prepped to be the next Iron Man. I think he was showing that the world didn't need an Iron Man more than he did showing that he was going to be the next one. I think that was more of an intimate exchange too. Like for him, he needed closure and he needed to know that he was good enough. And that's what that movie showed. You did it without Tony Stark and you did it with your friends that are still with you. So there you go. So.
Okay, now with that being said, all right, so they gets written out of the MCU, cool, right? But now one of the execs says that it's Spider-Man is the only superhero to have the power to cross cinematic universes, and then they dropped the bombshell of Madam Web.
Right. So Look, if you don't know Madam Web is a transdimensional character. She travels within dimensions, but I think I don't, I don't know, man. I feel like nothing is that. I don't. I don't want to be mean, but I don't care about Spider-Man. I think like they're gonna make money. Everybody's gonna make money, and everybody's gonna be happy, and they're gonna keep making movies, turning it out the turmoil. I really am not that invested on what universe he's in. I'm not. I like Tom Holland, and that's where that ends for me. Like I like him as Spider-Man because he's young. He's actually young. He's actually a kid, and you can drive him into fucking 10 movies and get your money's worth because he's young. But other than that, I don't have that investment on Spider-Man. Like I don't like they don't care. They don't care if I'm mad that they fucking got out of the Marvel universe. They don't care if I'm happy that they're back in the Marvel universe. So ultimately, what does it matter? Like we don't count, and that's what makes me angry about this. It's not like ultimately this change made the fans happy, because they're back. They're back together. Great. But in the long scheme of things, they don't give a fuck about you and me. Because had they not reached that deal where they feel like they could talk to each other again, they would have done the movie without fucking Marvel, and they would have moved on with their day. And Marvel would have done movies without fucking Spider-Man, and they would have moved on with their fucking day. So who cares? So then I feel like, why do I care so much? They don't give a fuck about me. So why should I give a fuck about them? Just give me a movie that I enjoy, regardless of what universe is in. And like I said before, they had a perfect exit with that last movie. Because he really felt like this is getting crunched down to basics for him. It's about his life. It's about what's going to happen with him. So he doesn't need to worry about Tony Stark. He doesn't need to worry about the Avengers. He needs to worry about himself and what this means, Aunt May has to deal with that. Like this is more intimate. Having said that, Kevin Feige, who was too busy to do Spider-Man, is not busy enough anymore, and he can do it. That's why I'm feeling like this, because they all say all this bullshit. Oh, Kevin Feige is too busy. Oh, we have no ill. Fuck you all. Like, you just playing with my money. And ultimately, that's all you want is my money. And you're going to get it anyway. So why are you fucking telling me stories? Just do the fucking movie. Let's move on, And I'm sorry if I sound too negative about it, but that's how I honestly feel. Like, I feel like they just want to play with the emotions of the buyer by creating this drama that has nothing to do with what's going to really happen. Because that's all about, like, they honestly don't give a fuck about you or me. Because they're going to make money.
I'm super curious about the Spider-Verse because I don't see it working.
You worked in that cartoon?
Yeah, 30 minutes.
That was a movie, bro.
30 minutes, digestible.
You
got to think about it. Like, how long is Tom Holland going to want to play Spider-Man, right?
Right.
And then you introduce a new face, you have to do a new... It would... Unless they do something unprecedented where they just throw in a new face and they act like everything's just...
They do a James Bond.
Yeah.
Like, he's still Tom Holland. It was still Peter Parker. So we don't care that... Right.
But you know what I'm saying? And then it's like... They only own bad guys. So it's not like, because when I think universe, I also think friends. Spider-Man doesn't have any super friends in that universe. No. In what they own.
I understand.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's because that's how you're able to move my story, but not really have me on screen. You understand what I'm saying? If me and you were partners, they can do a movie of me. They could do a movie of you, and also in the movie of you, they can also move my story. ¿Entiendes? Right. Without having to have me on camera, really.
Right. Like, I don't need you as much as I need you to be kind of present.
Exactly. Honestly, and what I'm really trying to say is that I really see, like how you say, I really see people getting tired of Spider-Man, because... and I could see Tom Holland getting tired of the damn role.
Yeah, but that's right. I mean... The one thing that, like, why people didn't get tired of, say, like, Iron Man, is because there was so much going on everywhere else that he
Exactly.
was a little spark or something in between a lot of things. But and all those Spider-Man, you know, like being honest, all those Spider-Man movies, only like the first one is good. And the second one, I mean, I like the second one, but it's not fantastic. It wasn't as good as the first one.
Yep.
So then, really, what are you doing, really? You
That's,
know?
do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's where my curiosity comes in. I don't care about him. I just be like, I'm just like, yo, how y'all gonna do this though without any other heroes? Or is that was you know like honestly, I really want to know because yeah, you can make bad guy movies, but for every bad guy movie, you have to kind of tie it in. And for him to tie, you understand what I'm saying? Like he
Like
has to be committed to the role.
He's the common denominator in all of those.
And all.
So you're right because you did mention this last show where you're talking about, well, they have Venom, they have Carnage, they have they're making all these bad guy movies. So
They're doing Morpheus, they're doing Craven.
How do you connect
Madam
them all
Web
without
now.
him? Right. So I really.
And without tiring me out. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, and once again, that's what they did. You're right, but that's what they did with the Marvel Universe. But then you have both players. You're right. Because what happens is you have anti-heroes, that's cool. But when you have a bad guy, like an anti-hero like Venom, that's all right. But when you have a bad guy, you have to be worried about, like, well, what's the point of me watching the Joker movie 400 times? I can watch one Joker movie, but I'm not going to watch 14 movies like the Joker when it's only bad guys and no Batman. Because what's the point?
Exactly.
What am I watching
When
for?
am I getting Batman? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
At the end of the day, you cool, but when are you bringing the meat?
Right.
And it's crazy because I can see Morpheus standing alone, but I don't see it intertwined with the universe because they can go real left. Because remember, it also has to have a flavor too. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You can't go all the way left. Like how Deadpool is kind of, sort of, not really MCU. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know. But, I mean, once again, see, the problem that I'm having with this problem that you're bringing to me is that there's nothing done, so I can't equate it to anything. Like, I can think of what might be wrong about it, but I can also think what might be good about it. So until they start doing shit, I don't know what to.
Yeah, that's why I'm so curious. Honestly, I'm more curious about Sony and the Spider-Verse than whether Spider-Man stood there or not. Honestly, I'm just like,
Gotcha.
What you have? What do y'all see? Because I'm like,
yeah. Meanwhile, Feige, speaking. Yeah, the one and only. Speaking of connections and distractions, Feige is getting a Star Wars movie, according to him. But if you do the math according to what's happening, 2021 Star Wars movie by Kevin Feige comes out, right? 2021 Bob Iger's out the door. 2021 Kathleen Kennedy's out the door. So a lot of people are speculating that Kevin Feige is going to be the next
Lucasfilm head.
Yes, like the guy that's going to run Lucasfilm like he ran Marvel, and then leave it running so that he can
go do something else.
Right, and I wonder because Feige, in a creative sense, Kevin Feige, really what he's doing is saying, I need this here so this other shit makes sense. So he's being creative in a big picture, but he's not making the movies. He's being creative in big brushes, right? And I think it's fantastic that he can do that, and that's a really fucking tough thing to do. Excuse me. Because he's probably going through every movie and saying, I'm going to need this to connect to Avengers. So you need to tell me something about, and he's creative enough to say, have Nick Fury show up at the end and say this, or have this person mention this name halfway through, or have to deal with this and see how they deal with it by introducing this other person, so that we can have a universe work out. I think Star Wars is very self-contained.
Very.
Because it's all being about the Skywalkers. all the way until now. Like this last movie is gonna be about Skywalker. It's called The Rise of Skywalker. So the prequels are about Anakin. The original trilogy is about Luke and Leia, and this trilogy is about their legacy, right? So what they leave behind as they pass or whatever. Ben Solo Skywalker, I suppose too. But do you think you need a Kevin Feige to run Star Wars?
Why not?
No, I can see why not. I just said it because you can marry it, but do you think they need it?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. You want to maximize profit, you put your best guy on the job. And
This
he
is
is
true.
the best guy. And he might not be the most creative person in the room, but Kanye once said something very genius. He was like, my genius is that I can hear a verse and be like, oh, I want Jay-Z on this. I hear a hook, I want this person on this. Oh, I want some strings on this. So Kevin Feige might not be the most creative person in the room, but he's probably like, hey, I want this DP here. I want this writer working on this. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Like move it around so that it
Yes.
it does what you need it to do.
Mm-hmm. Now, in terms of because we don't really know him for doing any other like big, you know what I'm saying, like continuous long work like that. I don't think he can bring the same flavor. It's different
To Star Wars, and it's different, and that I trust them with that. I'm curious. What I would love Kevin Feige to do. Not that Kevin Feige gives a fuck about what I want. No,
but we won't tell him anyway because we don't give a fuck if he doesn't give a fuck, and that's the truth.
Nor does Bob Iger, but I think he will be great because of his sensibility into how he catches directors and writers to do things to grab over Indiana Jones. I think he will be great for Indiana Jones because I think that's something that's...
Damn.
What? What happened?
How you take him from Star Wars to Indiana Jones?
Well, I mean, it's Lucasfilm.
Yes, but still.
So he can be
It's
like...
the stepson.
No, Indy was huge, dude. And continues to be. It's a different flavor of things, but Indy's huge.
It's number 2 though. It's number 2.
It's different. It's a different flavor. Absolutely. I don't know if it's one
Honestly,
or two.
Kevin Feige being behind Indiana Jones would not make me. Nah. Now him being behind Star Wars, because I'm excited about maybe what story he decides to tell, where he decides to tell it, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, and that's my thing, that I'm looking at it from a perspective of a single movie or a trilogy, right? Like I'm not looking at a universe building.
No, I'm looking at a trilogy. Yeah, I'm thinking.
Right.
I think Star Wars. I always think 3. You know what I'm saying?
So I mean, and even though this storytelling is 9, right? They still 3, 3, and 3.
Exactly,
So you can break them apart and be like, well, they're all different in their own way. So
each 3 is different from the other 3, and each one in the 3 is different from, you know what I mean?
the other 2. Sorry for yawning. I'm not bored. I am tired.
We work, people.
Yeah, we work. I'm really curious, really about. I just don't see. Well, maybe I mean I don't know. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about because I can't see him. He just has made such a big, fucking, collective flavor of the Marvel universe that it kind of scares me that he is dealing with something like Star Wars. I don't think is made for his flavor of producing. I think. I mean, I obviously I could be entirely wrong.
Honestly, you can probably see what he's gonna do with what he could possibly do with Star Wars with this next phase because it's in space.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
So it gives you like a taste of where he's going,
and not even in like, it's just like visually what you think. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like he's bringing Justin Gunn and telling him, go make this movie and make it less funny. Make it more like this. Mm-hmm. Well, okay. That's fine. That's fine. Like I just said before, I don't know what it's going to look like because It's not done.
Yep.
So I have to wait until something is done before. What difference does it make? What I think, like what I think is speculation. So until I see something, I'm gonna know what it's like.
I'll be speculating.
But we also know that he's incredibly good at choosing teams, building them up, and making good
and
giving
them resources, too.
Right? And making a good product. So that's really fantastic. I mean, I can't wait to see a Joss Whedon Star Wars.
Bro, watch like next week. Article come out about how horrible it is to work with for him.
Oh shit!
With our luck, and we're over here bigging him up. Well, just in case, we said it here first.
Yeah, because that's what happens, right? We always say it first. Yeah. I'm just trying to see where that's gonna end up, and let's see what happens, because you're right. He's great at putting teams together, so that might be something that's important for Lucasfilm in general. Because Kathleen Kennedy, I think, even though she's a fantastic producer, I think she lost sight of what the magic of Star Wars and all these other movies might be. Maybe, I don't know, because I'm not in there. I don't know what happened with her and the higher ups. And I don't know why these movies turned the way they turned. But every movie with Kathleen Kennedy has changed directors halfway through, has forced directors in. You know what I mean? Like
that affects.
Right. And so like it gives you an idea of either her choice making or her managing style. Like one of the two. And one of those two doesn't work. So, especially not for everything. I mean, obviously, J.J. Abrams, she trusted blindly. But for example,
shade.
No, but it's true. I mean, she gave him reins, and then she was like, "I need you to do this. Go do it." So then she acted like an executive producer in that sense. Then, but then you see Rogue One halfway through, change of directors. You see Solo halfway through, change of directors.
You can tell.
Yeah,
in Solo you can really tell.
Yeah, you can see tell. You can see in episode 8, Last Jedi. You can see also how much that split people in the Star Wars fans. How they're split with it. Some people hate it. Some people are okay about it. Some people love it. But there is there's a discord with that, right? Like, at least as far as I can tell. Because all of my friends that I talk Star Wars with, we all have a different opinion about. I mean, there's a group that love it, there's a group that hate it. So like there's some people that are like, yeah, the movie's fine. They don't love it. It's just like, it's fine. So even just, I can only tell you scientifically by the specimens around me, right? And that's a result of her and her choices, or how much freedom she gives,
or her lack of none, or her lack of no choices,
or her lack of no choices. So, and nothing. Kathleen Kennedy has done so much fantastic work since the 80s. So much. She's so good at her job that I have to think that something happened, something transformed when she took over Lucasfilm. Because all of her work, she has a fantastic track record. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if that was a money thing. I don't know if that was a power thing. And I'm not being mean about it, like she got power tripping or nothing like that. I don't mean it like that. Maybe the pressure of power got to her in a different way than it would for somebody else. And she literally just feels like, I got to micromanage. I'm micromanaging too much. I don't know what's happening with her. So I'm talking about the results of what she's done. That Solo movie was a fucking fiasco. It should have never been fucking... I mean, look, should it have never been made? I don't know. I don't have the right to say that. But as a fan, I hate that fucking movie. It's useless to me.
Yo, honest, 1, it serves no purpose. 2, it's meh. It's so meh that I forget I watched it.
But also, like, it also kind of like changes Han Solo as a character to some degree. It takes away from him
some air mystery,
and not even that. It takes away from him, like the whole thing. I always get so angry that at the end of that movie, he gives all that money to the rebellion. And then how does not everybody in the fucking rebellion know who the fuck Han Solo is?
Yeah.
Like, it just drives me fucking nuts, dude. And the idea that he flips at the end and turns into a good guy at the very end takes it away from him doing it in episode 4. When he's like, give me my money because I'm out. And then he comes back from the sky. He's like, let's blow this thing and go home, kid. All of that loses all of its power when you put Solo in there. Because Solo just takes away from him being a scoundrel. It just shows you that he's always being a fucking good guy trying to act like he's bad. And I hate the fuck out of it. Because all of the transformation that he did in Star Wars, where he saw something bigger than himself, only works because there's nothing bigger than himself when you meet him. Mm-hmm. He's Han Solo, he's self-centered, and he's a piece of shit. That's why he is. He's a piece of shit when you meet him. He shoots Greedo first. He's just an asshole, dude. That's all he is. I'm not rescuing nobody. You didn't pay me for no rescue. You understand? Like, this guy is obviously
about his business.
Yeah, and he's also selfish piece of shit.
His business.
Yeah,
yep.
And so you can't give me a selfish piece of shit that was always a good guy, because then he loses all of transformation from episode 4. The guy that said, "You're gonna fight the Death Star," that's on y'all motherfuckers. Oh, but you're a great pilot. Yeah, I really don't give a fuck if I'm a great pilot. I know I'm a great pilot, but guess what? I'm getting the fuck out of here because I don't care about your rebellion. I care about me paying this fucking debt. And that's all I care about. Me. And that moment where he flips at the end and he gets that medal really feels like somebody that, and that's what's missed in that Solo movie, because that feels like somebody that obviously went through a
lot of bad stuff. Yeah,
and didn't trust anybody but himself because he's being hurt by everything that's touched him.
It's true, because, and also it's a longer time than the Solo movie. The Solo movie is like a glip.
Yeah, man.
Like a glip.
Right. And so why make that movie? Why you make that movie?
Yeah. I understand what you're saying. I understand exactly what you're saying.
And now I can't.
It should have been about him just scoundrel.
But also,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that movie should have been about him being turned into a piece of shit by the things that had hurt him. And that's not what this movie was. This movie was showing me that he was always a good guy. You driving in that direction.
And we already know that.
Right. Like, right. You're driving in that direction where everything is fucking him in the ass, and the people that he's trusting are betraying him and all that. And then you're like, at the end, he's like, take this money and go make your revolution and we good. Just give me enough so I can go get blah, blah, a hamburger or whatever he said. You could have made that movie about the underground. That movie could have had more in common with this Mandalorian show coming out than it should have had with episode 4. It should have been a heist movie. You
know what would have been dope? If it would have been, like you said, a heist movie, right? Mm-hmm. And it's a big heist. And he finds out at the end it was to help the Republic or something. Like, he was stealing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then he can be like,
and then he's
y'all
like,
motherfuckers.
Oh, what? I should have charged more.
Right. Something. like be like, oh, y'all motherfuckers just fucking play with me. And you put me through all these dangers for this fucking bullshit? Fuck y'all. And then walk out.
Exactly. Because so now I'm not a good guy, but I don't mess with these bad guys at all.
Right.
At all.
Right. And why don't you make him, like Lando was perfect in that movie, and Chewie was perfect in that movie. And then the main guy that the movie is about, you give me this weak sauce, dude, and I just fucking get angry at it. But it's part of the universe. It's the only movie, including episode 1, the only movie that I will skip if I'm watching all of those movies in a row is Solo. Because I don't care for that movie. I just don't care what happens in it. And nothing happens in it except showing me that he's a good guy.
No, you would play it. Just that's the one you're gonna get up and move around, and you know what I'm saying.
Maybe, but not pay that much attention.
Not at all. Go cook. Yeah, you know what I mean. In between, get ready for the next movie while that's playing in the background.
I mean, maybe, but I don't like to do it like that because I want to pay attention to the whole thing because it's supposed to be a big story. So maybe Feige is a good idea. Who knows? Anyways,
Blitz them.
Let's jump to Blitz.
Blitz them. Nerd Blitz.
Water? What water? That was always here.
Nerd Blitz in the time.
I have a lot of shit to talk about here. So, I got my cheap ass piece of paper. Let's go.
Okay, got the stopwatch ready, set, go.
All right. Stranger Things Season 4 announced with a little teaser.
Why?
Because why not? You didn't like the last season?
No. I'm good with the ending.
No, it's fantastic, bro. Let's get another season.
No.
Yeah.
I don't want it. Keep it.
There's going to be even movies and shit about it, so they don't care that you don't like it.
I can see a movie. No, I don't want another season. I don't want 9 hours.
Marvel MCU shows will have movie budgets.
God damn.
So they're not fucking around.
They're not fucking around.
Or they are fucking around because that's not going to make it seem like 2.5 hours versus 6 hours is a big jump. We'll see. That really makes me say that they really care. So
it's really going to push the story forward.
Mm-hmm. What does this say? Obi-Wan finds a director in Deborah Chow. Deborah Chow directed some episodes of The Mandalorian. She's directed some stuff. She's good. I'm fine. I'm really happy that it's a female director, like all for equality, you know. But also, she's good. So
I don't know who she is, so
that's okay. That's okay.
Shout out to her.
Robot Chicken season 10 coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Are the original writers there?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So
with that,
we're gonna be good with that. The director of Bumblebee is in talks to direct Tom Holland in his name's Tom Knight to direct Tom Holland in an Uncharted movie. Now,
Tom Holland as Drake?
Yeah.
Nah.
What do you mean, nah?
Tom Holland's a boy.
What the hell is
Drake
wrong
is a
with
man.
you? Nah, bro, you crazy. Let him grow that stubble, bro. You be like, oh, there he is.
That has he could be Peter Pan with that body.
He's very physical, dude. Like very. All right. He can do like backflips. Can you do a backflip? He can.
But I look better on screen. 5'10", baby. That's like Drake. Drake tall. He's a man's man.
Original Jurassic Park crew, meaning Alan Grant, was Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, and Laura Dern to come back to Jurassic World 3. Not as a cameo.
Or like behind the scene?
No, they're going to be there. They're going to be like part of the movie.
I don't give a fuck about dinosaurs, yo. I don't give a fuck about dinosaurs. I hate dinosaurs so much, yo.
There's only one good dinosaur movie.
Fuck all dinosaurs, bro.
Bro, but Jurassic Park is a good movie.
Fuck all dinosaurs,
Hold on to your butts. Bro, the first Jurassic Park, they should have stopped it. I
hate dinosaurs.
This is how bad this is.
Fuck dinosaurs. Except for The Land Before Time.
Shut up.
That's the only dinosaur movie I agree with.
Jurassic Park is a good fucking movie. Have you seen it recently?
Yeah, of course.
Jurassic Park is good, bro.
Yeah, it wasn't. I really don't give a fuck if they ever make that movie. I don't give a fuck if they made the other two. I watched them; they were good, but I wasn't like, ooh, I can't wait for the next one. I was like, oh shit, there's another one. I'll watch it.
I mean, my problem is that they should have started Jurassic Park with Jurassic Park. After Spielberg did Jurassic Park, he made George Crichton write a Jurassic Park 2 book so he can have a second movie. Come on, bro. Come on. Like, there was only one Jurassic Park story, and it was good. Should have left it alone.
Fuck dinosaurs. Happy they dead.
Mahershala Ali was supposed to play a DC character.
Yeah. They announced in Blade. right?
I said DC character.
Oh, DC character.
Before he gave into Blade.
Duh. Doom Comics, bro. Why would you? Come on.
Are you curious to who he was going to play?
Yeah, who?
Commissioner Gordon. And I see nothing wrong with Marshall Ali playing
No, me
Commissioner
neither.
Gordon.
But I can see why you wouldn't want to be that role too.
You have some stuff?
Yes, three things.
Go ahead.
Ahsoka live action maybe?
TV show?
No, movie.
A movie? A whole movie?
Yeah, yep.
I don't know about that. But, I mean, I don't know why not, but I would rather see more of her than a movie. I would rather see a miniseries like
Fire, like The Mandalorian.
Like The Mandalorian, like Obi-Wan, like give me Mandalorian, Obi-Wan, Ahsoka, and be like,
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. I like her as a character, but I like what you said better. I'm all for miniseries. I love miniseries.
The miniseries idea with this has been the best thing that's ever happened to Star Wars, dude.
Yep.
According to us, I don't know if that's true, but
Ninja Turtles team up with Batman in comics again. Number 6. I had a Ninja Turtles shirt on today. So it was perfect when I saw that. I was like, oh shit, that's cool.
So I'm a Ninja Turtles fan of the original stuff. When they became cartoony, I really lost a lot of interest. Image did a comic series with them that I wanted to like, but I don't remember it, so it must have not been that great. But whenever they cross him with anybody except Usagi Yojimbo, when they cross him with Usagi Yojimbo, I'm happy. But whenever they cross him with anybody else, I just feel like, why?
And Walking Dead third show to be 10 years post-apocalypse.
So you seen the Yankees one?
Yo, let me tell you what I don't give a fuck more about dinosaurs is about the world y'all niggas build after a zombie apocalypse. That takes up all the fun. I want to see the journey of you getting through. Once things are good, I don't give a shit. Bro, I got my own world to deal with.
I couldn't care less. Fear the Walking Dead was a good show, and I couldn't keep up with it. So, like...
Right here. Right, same. I was like, I get it. I understand it. I don't really care.
And Strand be my man. I don't give a fuck about nobody else but Strand. I hope he's still alive. I hope his character's still alive because he's my man, dude.
Bro.
That's my man.
I saw that shit and I said, who gives a fuck? Like, why are they doing it?
Because they want to force it. Now, see, so that's the problem.
I feel like that's a force. I feel like that is...
That's the force.
I feel like that's more AMC saying, yo, we can make this happen. We can get an ROI on this.
Right. So, Walking Dead was doing great. Then it started sucking. Then they brought in Fear the Walking Dead. And that was doing great story-wise. Nobody was watching it. Even though it was way better than The Walking Dead. And it still is, I would say right now, best zombie TV show, Fear Walking Dead. But I can say that with wholeheartedly because I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know how it ended up. But I don't need a third. Like, that shit is dead, dude. That shit is dead like disco. The comic book is done. The show is dead. And if the second show is still running fast and running with viewers, fucking deal with the second show. And let it end, too.
Bro.
I think that the longevity of a zombie show is 6 seasons.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
And I'm thinking 6 seasons at 10 episodes, yo.
Right.
I'm not even thinking 13,
yeah.
18, 22, none of that. I'm thinking
No.
10 episodes, 10 solid hour episodes, no commercials, no nothing. That's it.
Well...
Yeah, please don't. I mean, you guys are doing it, but don't flood my timeline with that bullshit. I don't want to see that shit.
Meanwhile, they should have done like fucking Hollywood Babylon live action TV show. And that would have been a different flavor or something that was funny. Oh, this got fixed on his own, huh?
Ooh, magic.
I'm sure you can tell we stopped the tape.
Yes.
And we came back.
But yeah, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. In a world full of hate and disappointment in our government and in people in general, it's time for everybody to back up one thing and support it so that we can be together. The New York Yankees.
Boo.
No, seriously.
Boo.
There's a lot of TV going on right now. On
Fall is back. I love fall TV.
Enchanted is back on Netflix. I literally had to rewatch to remember what happened on the first season. It's been so long that I got lost.
I have to watch that.
I think Big Mouth is coming back soon.
Yep. Bunch of anime coming back. My Hero Academia. The final chapter 2. The 7 Deadly Sins. Mob Psycho 100 Part 2.
So my question is, all of this television is coming in. What happened?
We're getting closer to the Disney app too.
Disney app is about to come out in a month and a half, or in a half a month.
It's in November, right?
No, yeah, it's in November.
Yep. So in a month and a half.
Mm-hmm. And where's my Cowboy Bebop, bro?
Bro, we ain't hear shit about Cowboy Bebop.
I ain't seen no pictures. I ain't seen no video. I ain't heard nothing from nobody.
Hear no theories.
Nothing. And I'm curious what's happening. I'm very curious because they're obviously going ahead with it, right? I ain't heard shit in general. And that's making me a little bit tense and nervous. Because why is there nothing in general? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not sure. But my final thought is watch The Politician on Netflix.
That's on my watch list. There's so much shit to watch, dude.
I'm
so tired of how much shit there is to watch.
God, that's such a first world problem.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I came from a place where, like, I didn't have... This is legit, my peoples. I didn't have food every day. I didn't have... There's been days that I didn't have water to drink. Had to walk 1.5 miles with empty gallons to fill them up and bring it back in a fucking stick on my back with my father doing the same shit. And now I'm, like, worried that there's too much TV to watch. But I earned that right because I came from the bottom, so...
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Now I'm here where I'm worrying about how much television there is to watch. Thank you, God. I don't want to push religion on nobody, but I thank God for that every fucking day because I don't know where I would have been if I would have stayed in the Dominican Republic. Nothing wrong with Dominican Republic. It's just I'm diabetic and we were broke.
Bam.
So I would have most likely been dead. So I don't know, man. I'm very excited for this Disney app coming out. There's so much, and I'm hoping that centers me, because I'm gonna be like, what show is out? Let's go. Wu-Tang.
Oh yeah.
An American Story. You watching?
Yeah, of course I am. Week by week.
It's fucking fire.
I like it.
It's fucking fire.
I understand. And then I watched the interview with RZA, and then I watched the interview with a few of the cast and stuff like that. I get the romanticization and stuff like that, you know what I mean? Because the one thing that is really hard to do with Wu-Tang is that their story's been told so many times, and 2, they documented a lot of shit. So when you kind of fuck up the timeline, motherfuckers know, like, no,
that's not what happened.
That's not what happened. Like, I get what y'all doing, but that was cheesy, like with the cream thing.
Right.
That's not how that happened.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That's not how that happened. And if you know, you know.
Right. And it's very soap opera.
Oh, very.
But I think it's fine television. Right. You know what it is?
It's good television.
Right. It's not a documentary. It's not a documentary series. So
it's meant to be entertaining, to carry you through.
Yes.
None of that.
Let's take it for what it is. Let's enjoy it. If y'all not watching that,
one thing I wish they would do more are the little animations, bro. That would help.
When they were selling the drugs, that they started doing some animation with like a cartoon.
It
thing.
helped so much push a little bit You know what I mean?
Like a little bit of the drama away, so you can be more like, oh, this is entertainment.
Exactly,
So let me get away from like what facts are a little bit. It's good.
I enjoy it.
I'm enjoying it.
I'm watching it week by week. Wednesdays it comes out, right?
Wednesday, Wu-Tang Wednesdays, B. Mm-hmm. And my favorite thing to say, because I was telling my friend about it today, it's like, yeah, nobody fucks with them, right? Because Wu-Tang Clan is nothing to fuck with.
Yep.
And I was like, well, this is before the Wu-Tang Clan, so they're being fucked with relentlessly. Because they haven't clanned up.
They haven't clanned up. Word. The Killer Bees haven't. They haven't came from the front to the
back. But it's really interesting to watch certain things like the idea of things on the timing, that how hot doing mixtapes were at that time in New York. And what also, that meant. Really.
Exactly. What it meant to have your block singing your song, but you're still on the block.
Yeah. Yeah, like you weren't big. You were nobody, bro.
It was you still were nobody because it was just literally your block.
It's your block being like, yo, that shit hot, bro. And then you kind of competing with everybody else on the block and being like, nah, shit, listen to this shit right here. And I like something that Killer Hill. I like something that Bob did in the show, and this is a little bit of a spoiler, so you can skip ahead. But that he bought all the yellow tapes because he's like, yo, yellow tops, red tops.
Yeah,
right? That shit was hot, bro. That shit was fire. So, it's fun show. It's fantastic. I'm liking it a lot. Hip Hop Evolution, if you still haven't caught up with it, give that a look because it will make you appreciate the Wu-Tang show way more. Because it educates you about what's really happening. And that's it, bro. That's all I have.
Yeah. Thank you for rocking with us.
Thank you for rocking with us. Pop Nerdom in your ear. Fucking blowing up your speaker.
Boom.
Boom. Good night.
That's the end of the video. And bye. Don't forget to subscribe. That's it.